Hello and good evening. Thank you for joining us on this 23rd day of May 2021. My name is Wadulo Arnold and this is the news tonight. We're happy that you're joining us. Let's start out with our headlines. In our headlines tonight, Rebecca Kadaga to run as an independent candidate for the speakership race. Furthermore, anxiety tangles NRM MPs as they head to Entebbe State House. Within the region, lava reaches Goma Airport in the Democratic Republic of Congo after volcanic eruption. And in sports, Bell Golf ushers in new club executive. We'll be having a look at that. Once again, thank you for joining us. It's the news tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue, also on Facebook and YouTube under the name tag UBC TV Uganda. Now the news in detail. Former Deputy Speaker of Parliament Jacob Oulanyah has been endorsed by the Central Executive Committee of the NRM to stand for speakership of the 11th Parliament in a voting exercise that is to be held tomorrow at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. Two names, Rebecca Kadaga and Jacob Oulanyah, were presented to the NRM topmost body, the NRM Party Electoral Commission, for vetting. Now this took place at State House in Entebbe, where the NRM Parliamentary Caucus convened to receive the position of Central Executive Committee on the Speaker and Deputy Speaker positions. The Central Executive Committee also vetted names of candidates who expressed interest for the position of Deputy Speakership, and three names, Oboth, Robina Nabanja and Theodore Sechikubo, did not go past the SEC, while Anita Among, Robina Rakwojo and Thomas Tayebwa were cleared and presented to the NRM Parliamentary Caucus for voting. Now vote counting is still underway and we'll give you details of who will hold the deputy flag for speakership representing NRM in our subsequent bulletin, that is. Now, to move on, the outgoing Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, says that she will contest for the position of Speaker of the 11th Parliament as an independent candidate. Now, Kadaga revealed this to journalists at an impromptu conference in Kampala. Kadaga's decision follows an earlier decision by NRM Central Executive Committee to endorse Jacob Oulanyah as the NRM's candidate for the post. These are the details.
Former Speaker of Parliament Rebecca Kadaga says she will contest as Speaker of the 11th Parliament as an independent candidate. She revealed this to journalists at an impromptu press conference in Kampala.
For the Ugandans, I've come to inform the people of Uganda that my party, the NRM party, has opted not to give me the party flag for position of Speaker of Parliament, as I've therefore decided to contest.
According to Kadaga, the scheme to fail her candidature was allegedly a well-orchestrated move by some elements within the party.
There have been many attempts to eject me from the party leadership. You recall during the SEC elections last year, there was tremendous state interference, intimidation, funding, but I won the contest of second national vice chair.
Midway through her brief handwritten statement, Kadaga's voice started quavering as she made it clear that her campaign was hinged on fighting for the rights of women and ordinary Ugandans.
And the major reason I'm being pressed out is because of speaking on the issue of the ordinary people. I want to assure you, the people, that I will continue speaking on those issues. Secondly, despite the constitutional provisions, the position of the women has been relegated.
Although she declined to take questions from the journalist pool, the Lusoga version of her statement resonated passion. Kadaga, who is the first woman to be elected Speaker of Parliament, also called upon the electorate to ask their members of Parliament to vote for her this Monday, 24th May 2021, at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds. Samuel Senono, UBC News.
The turn of events. Now more from this particular sequence. There was a semblance of a party at Kololo ceremonial grounds as members of parliament boarded buses to Entebbe State House for the NRM Parliamentary Caucus. At the back of their minds was the 11th Parliament as they elect the Speaker of the NRM representative.
It was a mood of dances, it was a mood of praises, it was a mood of chanting here at Kololo Independence Grounds as members of the NRM party were preparing to head to Entebbe State House to take part in the election or voting for the Speaker's race for the coming 11th Parliament. National Resistance Movement members of Parliament early this Sunday boarded buses to Entebbe from Kololo Independence Grounds with one mission to elect a new Speaker and Deputy.
We appeal to SEC, the topmost organ of the party, to consider to also be consistent because it gave Kadaga 10 years. It should also give Olanya 10 years to steer legislation, and then we see what happens with the next parliament.
I feel really no one should fail to support Kadaga. Kadaga has been a punching box for members of parliament. So this is the time that we need to just pay her back.
Clad in their party colors and chanting the names of their preferred candidates for the highly coveted job of Speaker and Deputy of the August House, the MPs seemed resolute.
There's a talk of people come serve God. It is time to give in another bunch of team to come.
Is it only a woman who has to serve and go? Is it only a woman who has to come and serve and go?
I know voting is necessary, but one person will be taken for every position. And therefore, if yours is not taken, still we should agree that one was to take.
The legislators enchanted, intoned, jazzed with some extending to phone calls as they hiked the buses with anxiety visible on their faces as they marched to Entebbe to elect their new Speaker and Deputy.
Today is a dead day. We are finalizing, we are concluding. Today, our candidate, the Right Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, will emerge a victor.
Some of the MPs poured out their expectations and wishes about the day's showdown, the cause of their anxiety.
First and foremost, we've been with Kadaga, for us who have been 10th Parliament. And she has been chairing well. She has balanced all the political parties. She's a mother to all of us. So now why should I run away from Kadaga?
I actually believe that it is time for Olanya to come in to unify this parliament. We are at par with the community, imagine.
The winners of the NRM speakership race is crucial because it will determine the final results during the first sitting of parliament expected for Kololo ceremonial grounds this Monday.
It is my prayer after the end of the whole process of electing a speaker, let us be united, let us be one as NRM, as a party.
My major concern is that the outcome of this should not divide the party in any way. So I want to call upon the members and our leaders who are making the decisions that whatever decisions that we make should not leave the NRM party worse off than it is.
Still here at Kololo Independence Ground, it will be in this tent that the first session of the 11th Parliament will be convening Monday 24th May 2021 in a session which is going to be attended by the head of state Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Top on the agenda or on the order paper will be the election of the speaker and the deputy speaker. We anticipate from here next it will be a party. Robert Onyango, UBC News, Kampala.
Now, news just in is that the NRM caucus has just ended their counting of the votes, but we will be giving you an update of that story. Our reporter is compiling that story in this instance. Now, in other news, dairy farmers in Chirukura district, Western Uganda, want government to find them a sustainable and stable market for their product. The appeal follows a drop in milk prices from 1,000 shillings per litre to just 500 shillings per litre in 2 months. Besides the milk price issue, the recent months, farmers in Western Uganda have been battling with foot and mouth disease that have negatively impacted their livelihoods. Dennis Sigoa has a report.
The drop of farm gate prices of fresh milk in Western Uganda is hurting dairy farming in Chiruhura district.
Amatena gashagwe beyi buri haiho period emirundi ebiri kurugwa mu kwezi kwa kana kurugwa mu kwezi kwa kana kuhika hati mu kwezi kwa gatano amateba gashazira emirundi 3 mu kwezi kwa kana tukati ya siringi rwenda hafamu hatiri hari bitano.
We had a similar occurrence last year in 2020 at the beginning when milk prices went as low as 300 shillings per litre, and we even had some closures for like almost 2 months. This year it began off fairly well, apart from the issues of the outbreak of foot and mouth disease, but the price has been stable regardless of the rains.
With milk prices on free fall, farmers are encountering many challenges. Amongst them, difficulty in paying the laborers, treatment of diseases and curbing pests, and access to quality feeds.
The money we are getting, it's just being spent on the farm, because now the cows are sick. We had the problem of ticks. We are having now a problem of foot and mouth. So if you put on also, you add on buying a carcide, you can spend all the money on the farm.
Dairy farming is one of the main economic activities in the Ankole sub-region. Farmers here, owning vast chunks of land, continue to embrace exotic cattle breeds such as Jersey and Friesian. The shift from the indigenous Ankole breed of cattle is driven by the social and economic goals of the community here. Milk processing facilities such as Pearl Dairy continue to positively influence the dairy enterprise development. The farmers' call to government and relevant authorities is to help find them a lucrative and all-year-round market within the region and internationally.
There is no market for the milk. Previously, in the last year, Kenya dropped to buy milk from processors in Uganda, especially the Pearl Dairy. Pearl Dairy had a lot of market with Kenya, but due to the fact that the Kenyan market dropped not to take milk from Pearl Dairy as a processor in Uganda, and of which most of us farmers, we supply our milk to the processors, especially Pearl Dairy. There is also Sibiangu. There are many.
According to Norman Duho Kapapa, a farmer in Chiruhura, the milk woes might force them to diversify to other agricultural enterprises.
If we continue in this and we are not getting a market for the milk, we can also change now. We put more effort on the beef.
Farmers are almost dropping. They are going away, running away from the dairy section. They have now started fattening the bulls.
Dairy farmers say their break-even milk price at farm gate should be at least 800 shillings and above. Dennis Sigoa in Chiruhura district, Western Uganda.
Now, as promised, news just in. The NRM caucus has just concluded all the voting activities at State House in Entebbe. Now, our reporter managed to catch up with Pastor Namuganza, one of the members that participated, and this is what we shared.
And of course, that's the position right now, although there are members still who are threatening to come as independent, giving reasons that many members had gone away and some did not attend. So given the narrow margin, they still feel like they can make it. But again, I think we shall be guided by the party as we move on, as we face tomorrow. That when we choose a candidate, that's the candidate we should stick on. we are not going to go where we are going to stick at the candidate we have chosen. And for speakership, also we beg them to stick the candidates we have chosen for both speakership and deputy speakership. So anyone who comes as independent, unless if there are other factors which I think may be weak, may stand weak, for us we are moving with what the party has decided. And right now we are all throwing our weight at the back of the Right Honorable Jacob Olanya for speakership. And we are very grateful because we were worried that somehow maybe SEC would fail to come up with a position. But SEC, after coming up with such a resolution, we as the parliamentary caucus of NRM endorse that position, and we are strongly standing with that position to flaunt Right Honorable Jacob Olanya as the NRM flag bearer.
Definitely a drop from 1,000 shillings per litre to 500 is a big drop. That's more than 50%. We do hope that the Ministry of Trade can find a way out for this industry. Now, when one weighs the farming production of each region, Chigezi region is gaining feet. Well known for Irish production, the region has since taken on barley growing. The perfect weather conditions have enhanced production, as this report shares with us.
Chigezi sub-region, which is known for Irish potatoes and sorghum growing, is steadily shifting to barley growing. The profitability of barley attracted many to take it on. Though initially barley growing did not yield much, it has since improved through trainings courtesy of Nile breweries. At least 2,398 farmers have benefited from barley value chain training program in southwestern Uganda.
In previous time, I planted, we were using broadcasting planting, it takes a lot of seed. So, but when techniques have come in, we used little seed.
We have established in this region up to 80 demo sites, which we call farmer field schools. And each farmer field school has up to 30 members who regularly come for the training depending on the crop phenology.
The training has improved production and incomes through the use of farmer field schools and mainstream for the women and youth into all the elements of quality farming.
We follow the biological growth of the barley. So before planting, we've got a program that specifically look at planting, at soil preparation, at how much seed you use, at how deep you plant the seed. Do you just broadcast the seed or do you plant in rows? The benefits of that. And then as the season continues, then we move into keeping the fields clean.
Farmers are not only taught about the quality and safety of barley production, but also formulating the village saving and loan associations.
Improved productivity per unit area of land cultivated will require the use of fertilizer and other agrochemicals. These require availability of funds in either capital or credit. To achieve all this, Ebinbev is implementing a VSLA model in the barley growing areas.
Over 30 groups have been trained in financial literacy, and so far more than 100 million shillings saved. The visit by Nile breweries official to Chigezi sub-region was meant to morale boost farmers who have added value to the growing of barley production in the region.
Okay, do you think?
In chess, the small one can become the big one. It's the same here. And here too. Watch every move. Record every number so you can plan better. No matter the size of your dream, Tomorrow's success belongs to those who keep today's records clean. File your returns today.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
We've cut and reduced our MTN Momo withdrawal rates. Now you can withdraw mobile money at the lowest rates. You also get MTN Senchu points when you deposit, send, and withdraw MTN mobile money. Visit our Momo agents countrywide and withdraw mobile money at our reduced rates from 1st May 2021. Everywhere you go, MTN.
Ekya COVID-19 kijja kugwa. If we get vaccinated now, observe social distancing, wear masks properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly. Together we can defeat this enemy.
In efforts to improve quality assurance and Uganda's competitiveness as a tourist destination, Uganda Tourism Board is set to undertake a nationwide grading and classification exercise of hotel and accommodation facilities. As a member of the East African community, Uganda subscribes to the East African Grading and Classification Criteria, a system denoted by stars ranging from 1 to 5. The grading and classification exercise will be crowned by the awarding of star ratings to facilities found compliant to the EAC minimum standards. This is therefore a call to all accommodation and facility owners and managers to register and get licensed by UTB as a requirement and get ready for participation. For more information, visit www.utb.go.ug or email qualityassurance@utb.go.ug for details. Uganda Tourism Board, promoting tourism together.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
In chess, the small one can become the big one. It's the same here. And here too. Watch every move. Record every number so you can plan better. No matter the size of your dream, tomorrow's success belongs to those who keep today's records clean. File your returns today.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Yes, welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue, also on YouTube under the name tag UBC TV Uganda. Now, joining us is Helen Kawesa, the Acting Director Communications of Parliament via Zoom. Hello, Helen. How are you and how is your Sunday going?
And good to be with you here.
Yes, thank you for honoring our invite. Now, we know that tomorrow is the 11th Parliament is opening, you know, and we're having a number of situations. One, we do not know who our Speaker and Deputy Speakers are. Would you kindly enlighten us on what is going to happen?
Tomorrow, we are having the first sitting of the 11th Parliament. As you are all aware, we had the swearing in of the members of the 11th Parliament from Monday to Thursday last week. And tomorrow, we're having the first sitting in which the Speaker and Deputy Speaker are elected and sworn in. This function will take place tomorrow at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds at 10 a.m. And we are basically all set for that. We've just been to Kololo and having the final touches. MPs are supposed to be in Kololo by around 9:30, so at 10 sharp, we may start the sitting. The first sitting is presided over by the Chief Justice. That is what the Constitution prescribes, who officiates over the election of the Speaker and of the Deputy Speaker. After that, when the new Speaker is elected, he or she sits in the chair and presides over the election of the Deputy Speaker. So tomorrow, basically, that's the main activity we are having. It is the first sitting of the 11th Parliament.
Wow, thank you so much, Helen. Now, in other news, have all MPs been, vetted ready for the election process, being that some of the processes that had to be gone through was the testing for COVID-19 and the likes? How ready are all the MPs for tomorrow's, engagement?
Yes, the majority of MPs were tested for COVID-19 at the Parliament, and the results are back, and they have been notified of the status. And we can actually say that the majority of them will be at the function. So that one is fine, and they're expected to come with their COVID certificates that they have been notified about that. So we are really hopeful that we'll have a big number at the Parliament. Those who may not have taken their tests have been organizing today to have their tests taken and get instant results.
Well, thank you so much, Helen. We'll be sharing with you some of our updates. We hope that most of the election process happening tomorrow is successful. Thank you very much for sharing with us, and we wish you a happy voting and successful voting process.
Thank you very much. It's good to be at the show, and thank you for the support all the time.
You're welcome. Yes, Helen Kawesa, the Acting Director Communications at Parliament. However, that's all we had time for. Thank you for joining us for this edition of News Tonight, 8 o'clock. Join us later on at 10 p.m. for more updates. Remember, there's still more news to cover, so be reminded and come be with us. Thank you very much. My name is Wadulo Arnold, Mugulu Mohammed, sign language. See you at 10.
Echa COVID-19 chijja kugwa. If we get vaccinated now, observe social distancing, wear masks properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly. Together we can defeat this enemy.
Up next on UBC, brought to you by
Keep the lights on. Use Airtel Money to pay for all your Yaka bills conveniently. Open the My Airtel app to buy Yaka units. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
Good evening and welcome to the Best of a Good Life. I'm so happy to be here. I feel like dabbing a little bit. One thing I want to tell you about is these La Paire glasses. Man, these brothers had to hook me up with the best glasses in town, with the right frame and the best lens, you know. So I'm just showing off I'm looking cool, yeah. So the next guest I have on my show tonight, she's gonna shock you guys. Very incredible young lady. She's a feminist, a philanthropist, she's a makeup artist, a model, and to mention but a few. Now, this young lady believes in one thing, women emancipation. She believes that women can be powerful, women can propel to any level, they can be limitless and be whatever they want to be. I feel like we could have that soundtrack of Alicia Keys' song, This Girl is on Fire. Lucy, welcome to the show. Oh my God, I'm super charged and excited to have you.
I feel overwhelmed. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I feel like I didn't even fully introduce you.
The is too much. I feel like I'm in heaven right now.
Come on, it's just my show.
I don't know, like I won, I'm a queen.
Yeah. So it feels very exciting to have you, and I feel like I did actually introduce you that much. If you're given a chance to introduce yourself, how can you introduce yourself? Please introduce yourself to my audience.
My name is Lucy Karabo Joyce.
Karabo?
Yes. I'm a feminist. I'm a makeup artist.
Yeah.
I'm a commercial model. I'm a founder of Girls Lifeline Organization.
Yeah.
I am a girl child activist.
Yeah.
I come from the West Nile part of Uganda.
Ooh.
I'm a Kakwa by tribe.
Whoa.